we discussed the so-called the phrases, a sentence, and a clause. So, and I explained it already, actually, the difference between the three. So what I've noticed is, from the given task that I gave, many or, some of the students actually got zero, got three, got four. The highest score, I think it's only eight. Let us have, the recap. Let us have the recap first. Sir, my activities are complete and how good, good. Okay, anyway, let me explain first, you know, the things that we presented, most especially or specifically the um the task six. It talks about, have you seen my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
very good. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on the presentation, as you can see, that is the activity six. So the learning task six, that the instructions here is identify what is being asked in each statement. Choose the letter of the best answer. Okay, who wants to, to try the number one? Read and answer. Yes, Sunshine, please.
Number 1. It begins with a capital letter and ends with a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point.
So
Letter
what it?
C. Sentence.
Okay, a sentence. You know, when you say a period, it is an imperative sentence. A question mark, a sentence that ends with a question mark, it is an what? It is an interrogative sentence. If it is an exclamation point, which means it is an exclamatory sentence. Those are the sentence according to use. So, late kasi. Ka-istorbo sa klase. That is a sentence according to use. So that is a sentence. The correct answer is a letter C. Okay. What about the number two? Please, would you mind to? Um, yes. Number two, who raised arms? What about the others? Aside from Sunshine, only one, okay? Magloyo on, please.
A group of words that contain subject and verb is called C.
That is, what is that
C.
letter C?
Sentence.
Number two pa lang tayo, Ma'am Neng.
Which among the following is an example of a phrase? C.
Okay, a phrase. That is C, seriously. Okay. The correct answer here is letter A. Almost over you. Do you think the you is the subject? What about the verb? None, right? So that's why it is a phrase. What about, my discussion is the two essential parts of a sentence is the subject and a predicate. So if only a subject, automatic, that is a phrase. If it is only a predicate, almost over you, that is a predicate, for example, so that is considered as a phrase. So here, if you're going to answer when you lied, that is a clause. Why? It is a clause. You is the subject, lied is a verb. Ang clause kasi, for your information, there is an element that makes the subject that has a subject and a verb. So there is a simple subject and there the simple predicate lied. But The word when, it begins with a double H, which is when you lied. So that's why the sense of the sentence, it became incomplete. So what happened when you lied? Nothing, right? That is incomplete in sense. So that's why it is a clause. So here, I care for you, the letter B, I is a subject, care for you, that is a predicate. So that's why I is a subject, verb is a care. So that's why it is a sentence, not a phrase. Here is also a sentence, letter D. You is a subject, are my sunshine, you, and then the verb is are. So that's why it is a sentence. The best answer here is almost over you. Is it clear?
Yes,
Hello?
Clear
sir.
po.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Lagi yung tatandaan ang clause. There is a subject and there is a predicate. Kapag napulgutan, parang tao yan eh. Ang tao may ulo at may katawan. Subject ang ulo, ang katawan ay predicate o verb. Kapag nawawala yung isa, napugutan ang ulo, which is the subject, phrase agad yan. Kapag nawala ang predicate, phrase agad yan. I hope you have to always remember that. Even in college, you will encounter this kind of topic. That is a very basic foundation in English. If you cannot, if you cannot, if you cannot instill this on your mind, this topic, you cannot be good in English anymore. Okay, what about the number three? Number three, please. Janice, please. Number three.
A group of words that contains subject and verb is called the clause.
A group of words that contains a subject and a verb. Subject and a verb. So if there is a subject and a verb, that is considered as a sentence. That is letter C. Clear? A clause, hindi naman niya sinabi dito sa number 3 or the statement, a group of words that contains a subject and a verb with conjunction, with the use of subordinating conjunctions or begin with some subordinating conjunctions. But the precise question here, or it emphasizes here, the number 3, that only contains group of words. A sentence is a group of words. A clause is a group of words. Phrase is a group of words. Noun is not, of course. So here only B, C, and D. But here it emphasizes only the subject and a verb. So that's why if there is a subject and a verb, that is an automatic one. That is the letter C, sentence. Am I clear on this?
Clear po.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, basta ang clause, lagi ninyong tatandaan, ginagamitan siya ng conjunction sa unahan na may subject at may verb. Kagaya ng example na to, when you lied, may subject, may verb. That's already a complete thought. Pero, there is a subordination here, letter C, when. So that's why it is a clause. Clear?
Clear po.
Okay, what about number 4, please? Am I right, number 4? Okay. In the other hand, please, Aimee Hermoso. Aimee? So baka tulog pa. Kaya ka pang unan. Aimee, are you there? Ayan, kasi pa online class kayo, wala kayong mga mic, wala kayong mga camera. Dapat nag-modular na lang kayo. That is my point, actually. If you cannot afford to have a microphone and a camera, plus the computer or any smart cell phone, you are not capable of online class. Okay, anyway, bigla akong nag-sermon, no? Sorry. Okay. Emeril, hi. Would you like to
Number
answer
4.
number
It
four?
usually consists of articles, prepositions, or noun. Praise po.
Okay. It contains an articles, prepositions, or noun. That's correct. That is the letter C. Napakadali naman yan. That is a very easy one. Thank you, Emeril. Number 5. Any clarification with the number 4? If you want to, if you are not convincing, if you are not convinced on the answer, none. Okay, let us proceed with the number 5. What about the number 5? Number 5, Shane, please.
Which among of the following is an example of a clause?
Would you like
A.
please to emphasize this? Excuse me muna, Aneng. It should be example.
Exam,
Everybody, please, I
exam,
want you to turn on your mic and then I want to hear example. One, two, three, go. Example.
Example,
Example.
Example.
It should be EG,
Example.
Egg. Parang
example,
egg, tapos bigla mag-Z. Example. Yan ha. Ayoko makakarinig ng example. Example. Okay, again, please continue.
letter A po.
Okay. Which
Joanne
in one of
loves
the
to
following is
sing
an
and
example
dance.
of a clause? John loves to sing and dance. Okay. Of a clause. Is an example of a clause. Okay. This is Joan loves. Okay. Clause. And then it's either actually I will always be your friend inside the bigger room of my brother. This one is not. It's not a clause. So here, letter A is a clause because we have actually, but this is a dependent clause. Hindi kasi maganda rito ang tanong dito eh. Which among the following is an example of a clause? What kind of clause? Dependent ba or independent? Diba? Yung tinuro ko nga, mag-dependent at saka independent kasi may dalawa siyang klase. Letter A is an example of a clause. Tama naman. Joan is a subject. Loves to sing and dance is a predicate. Loves is a verb. Okay, correct yan. Letter A. Okay, if you are going to look at this one, is also a clause. What kind of clause? This is a uh, dependent clause. I is a subject, value is a verb, value you so much is a predicate. So because it is a subordinating conjunction, so that's why it is a dependent clause. Ito naman, I is a subject, will always be your friend is a predicate. So ang tamang sagot dito is A, C, or D. Clear? Number 5, A, C, or D. May tanong po ba?
Wala po.
Okay. Ito kasi inside a bigger room, it is a preposition inside. So, kaya naging phrase siya. Okay, number 6. Number 6, please. Rochelle Robledo.
Group of words that has a subject and verb but the thought or idea is not complete.
Okay.
B. Clause.
Okay, correct. Ayun sinasabi ko kanina, di ba? That has a subject and a verb, but the thought or idea is not complete. So that's why it is a clause. And I hope you know that. You know it now. Okay, number 7. 7. Yeah, Sunshine?
I came here. This word group is an example of
Example.
is an example of a sentence.
Okay, correct. Bakit siya naging sentence? I is a subject. Came is a verb. Came here as a predicate. That's why it is a sentence. Correct. What about with the number 8? Yes, Janice?
It is composed of one or more than one clause. The sentence.
Okay. It is composed of one. Okay, correct. I, it is composed of one or more than one clause. Actually, the ideal one is letter B, a clause. Because we have a sentence, we have the compound sentence, right? Are you familiar with the compound sentence and the complex sentence and compound complex sentence? Are you familiar with that? But here, it is composed of one or more than one clause. That is, of course, the one is the letter D. Tama naman. Number 8 is letter dog. D, sorry. Okay, number 9. Number 9, please. Who wants to answer number 9? Any other hand, please? Althea, hello. Althea, number 9. Althea Maurice Tahimik.
In the sentence, be- because he lives, I I can face tomorrow. What is the independent clause?
Okay, the question is, what is the independent clause? Okay,
C.
C. This one is a clause. Yeah, what kind of clause? He is the subject. Tingnan mo, meron sa unahan because. So that's why it is a dependent clause yan. Sugnay na hindi makapag-iisa. So which means it's not the correct answer. So what will be the correct answer there?
Di po.
Pero, again, sorry, name.
Di
Letter,
po.
letter D, correct. D, dog. Why is not letter B? Nakita ko sa inyo, your answer actually is letter A. That is of course an independent clause, 'di ba? Independent clause rin naman talaga 'yan. But the original sentence is because he lives, I can face tomorrow. I is a subject, predicate is can face tomorrow. Buti kung wala yung tomorrow, 'di ba? That is what do you call this? The tomorrow is adverb of time. So, nakalagay siya eh. Hindi natin siya pwedeng tanggalin dyan kasi yan ang original sentence. That's why the ideal answer is the letter D. Clear? So, if you answered letter B, you are incorrect. Yun ang napansin ko lang habang nag-check ako ng mga ninyo, activities. What about with the last number, number 10? I'm going to call number 10, Heron. Heron, number 10, please. Heron, late ka na nga. Late ka pa umano. Mag-response. Heron, are you there? Abutin, John Adrian, please. Ano yan? Si Mac, ano? What is this? Heron, how are you? Ay, kung sino ba tinawag ko? Wala tuloy sa isip ko. Abutin, are you there? John Adrian? Maubos na tayo ng oras. Kurt Del Mundo. Ma'am ka dyan.
What what word group contains a subject and predicate and expresses as complete thought?
Okay. What word group contains a subject and a predicate and expresses a complete thought?
Di po, phrase.
Phrase ba yan?
A po, sir.
Sentence po.
Contains with a subject and a predicate and expresses a
A po,
complete
sir.
thought. Paulit-ulit
A
tayo
A
po,
dyan.
po,
sir.
sir.
Sentence.
A, sentence. Ha? Ang phrase kasi, merong ano, nawawala. Ay hindi siya complete. So the correct answer is letter A. Ha? Talagin natin tandaan yan. Okay, do you have any question with the learning task number 6 that you completed and submitted at the Google Classroom last time? Any
Sir.
question?
Sir.
None.
No,
Okay, none. Thank you. And now I want you to have you seen the video?
yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll be giving you, of course, an ample time to listen. So if you have, of course, a pencil, a paper, or a pen on your beside you, I want you to jot down, any information so that you'll have an answer later after 5 minutes and 24 seconds of the video. Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I need your critical analysis on this video. Okay, one, two, three. While where entertainment is right in our hands, you may ask yourself, what is the point of reading? In today's fast-paced world, reading is becoming a dying habit because there are fast alternatives to consume on social media. I read about a book a month, so I'm going to give you my top 10 reasons on why reading is important and why you should read. 1. Reading is food for the brain. In my opinion, this is the biggest reason why reading is important. Just like how our body needs food to sustain itself and function optimally, our brain needs to continue learning new things to function at peak performance. The best part is that you can read fiction and nonfiction to get this benefit. Studies have shown that reading has the power to change your brain structure, which makes you more empathetic and improves cognitive processes. By reading more, you become smarter since you're consuming a lot of information and you keep your brain in top shape. There's this quote from Game of Thrones that sums up this point nicely. My brother has his sword, King Robert has his warhammer, and I have my mind. And a mind needs books, as a sword needs a whetstone, if it is to keep its edge. Tyrion Lannister. 2. You become better at conversations. Books help expand your vocabulary, which you can then use to express yourself better. Your speech will then be more refined and intelligent. Also, since reading widens your knowledge, you are empowered to participate in an interesting conversation. With the knowledge you gain from reading, you can add a unique perspective or sustain your argument. In this case, reading nonfiction can be better because you can learn about topics that show up more often in a regular conversation, like technology. But there are also instances where reading fiction can be better, like when there's a new popular movie out based on a book and you read the original source material. 3. You can get mentored by a successful person for a very cheap price. Think about how much a successful person's knowledge is worth. People are willing to pay millions to have lunch with Warren Buffett. If you're a normal person like me, you don't have that kind of money. But with books, you can get mentored by a successful person for less than $50. A book is literally the exact words, ideas, mindsets, advice, and even the experience of the author put into a collection of papers. It's almost like if the person is right there next to you, speaking to you. 75 of self-made millionaires reported that they read at least 2 books a month. The knowledge you can get from reading is irreplaceable. 4. Reading improves your focus and concentration. In our fast-paced world today, our attention spans are really short. Reading a book can help fix this because when you read, your attention is only focused on the story and you can be fully immersed. You might even achieve a flow state where you are 100% focused and forget about the world around you. Try reading for 10 to 20 minutes before work on your morning commute, and you might find yourself more focused and productive at the office. 5. Reading opens your mind. As a reader, you will interact with different stories from different people with different ideas and beliefs. This helps open your mind and be more accepting of others,
as well as improve your ability to judge other people's character. 6. Reading helps relax you. When you are reading something good, your mind is more relaxed, and the subject you are reading about might even bring inner peace. If you are reading fiction, while you may not be fed the images and sound like when you are watching a movie, you can experience the images and sound with your imagination. The feeling you get from finishing a book can be better than the feeling of finishing a Netflix episode. 7. Reading helps improve your memory. Whether you are following your favorite character through their journey or remembering tips on how to make more money, you will be using the memory area of your brain and keep it active. When you really need to remember something important, it will be easier. Every new memory you make creates synapses or brain pathways and strengthens existing ones, so memorizing will get easier. 8. Reading helps you make decisions better. When you are armed with all sorts of knowledge, making a decision can be easier because you see all possible options. You can make educated guesses on how each choice will play out and pick the one you like best. 9. Reading can help you sleep better. It can be hard to sleep when there's a lot of things going on in your mind. Reading for a short period of time can help push away what is bothering you internally. Also, we often use electronics late at night, which don't exactly help us sleep better, because bright lights signal our brain it's time to wake up. Reading a book instead can help, but make sure you put it down once it's time to sleep. 10. You become who you are meant to be. This is a bit cheesy, but by reading, you can change your personality or beliefs. Books open up completely new worlds for us to grow and develop as a person. Do you read often? Leave a comment below and check out this playlist of book summaries if you're interested.
Okay, so based, of course, my reference here is the www.youtube.com, and it was uploaded, on last July 19, 2019. So the title, it is of course titled "Why Reading is Important and 10 Shocking Benefits of Reading." So it explains actually, the vlogger, I mean, explains the benefits of reading. As a person, there are actually um, benefits if we are going to engage ourselves in reading. So I want you to have your realization based on what you have seen, or based on what you have noticed from the video. Anyone who wants to share something positive? Only Elijah, Emriel, Johnny's has, or you have the camera? What about the others? Anyone, please? Okay, or raising hands. Okay, what about you, Caleb? Caleb, hello, are you there, Caleb? Caleb, say something.
Ano po?
What have you noticed, or is there something good that you want to share that you have learned from the video that I presented? Hello, Caleb. Caleb, none or left. Reading can boost. Okay, let me read you know, reading can boost your brain. Reading is a food for our brain. Please, I want you to eliminate texting, huh? For your brain, and it makes you more wise. Reading can help you sleep better. Okay, thank you so much for that, Elijah. I need a conversational English right now, not a text. What about the others? Carla, do you want to say something or none? Anyone who wants to share the things that you learned? Okay, none. Oh. Yes, I'm real.
I've realized that reading can help us learn about our new society.
Emery, would you like to, you know, your face should be balanced on the camera? Again, again, again.
I've realized that reading can help us learn about our new society.
Okay, can learn about, of course, what really happened in our society. Correct. It opens or widen our mind what is, of course, the reality. Correct. What about the others? Anyone in a realization or something that you want to emphasize that you learned from the video? Yes, Shane.
By reading more, you become smarter.
Okay, by reading more, you become smarter. Correct. What about the others? As stated, of course, cited by the vlogger. Yes, Janice.
I learned that reading is important because it improves your focus and concentration.
Okay, it is important just because it boosts actually your or develops your focus and concentration. Correct. What about the others? Anyone? No more? Yeah, sunshine.
Reading can make us have more better conversation with other people.
Again, I can't hear. I can't hear clearly.
Reading can make us have
Again,
more
please.
better conversation with other people.
Okay.
Narinig po ako?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. It is of course a unique. You can by reading or through reading, you can have of course a unique conversation. It can be a good when it comes to giving your argument. Correct. Okay, so let us recapitulate what the vlogger wants to imply, or is he wants to persuade us to read. Do you think reading is important based on your own perception, based on
Yes
your
po.
own idea?
Yes
Yes
po.
po.
Okay.
Yes po.
Yes.
Yes po.
Generally, yes. It is really important. According to the vlogger, brain is like our body that needs food. What kind of food? Is it junk food? Huh?
No,
Is it
sir.
junk food? Is it ihaw ihaw na that there are charcoal and rusty? Do you think that is the thing, that is the food that he wants to to patronize? Of course not. When you say food, it should be of course nutritious and a quality food that we have to intake in our body. So, which means that a person is taking food for you to be able to be capable of doing something, lifting a heavy metals, sweeping the floor, our daily chores at home to accomplish. What about when you say reading is just like, of course, a brain or nutritious food that needs in our body? Yes, because information is just like information is actually a nutrient in our brain, so that you are capable of giving your argument, your opinion, or you can defend yourself because of that. Let's say, for example, you are not familiar with laws. Let's say, for example, the Republic Act 7610, which is that is focusing on the what do you call this, women empowerment, and all about what do you call this, abuse or whatsoever, all about abuse actually in general. that is that is Republic Act 7610. What if you were abused by somebody and you don't know that law, how you can defend yourself, to that person or to that somebody if you are not knowledgeable on the law. So which means that, if you have that piece of information because of reading, so you can defend yourself. Okay, next one. And he also emphasized, do you think, are you favor on this, according to the vlogger, that you, through reading, you can be smarter? How do you think, what do you think the good explanation on it? I want you to expound that, that idea, that notion. Yes, Janice.
Because reading gives you more ideas and facts.
Okay, correct. It is not just like chismes or chica chica from our neighborhood or from our neighboring community, or a false or a mistake or a fake news on, what's posted on the social media. But here, you can be smarter because if you know the critical reading, or you can analyze those informations with facts, and that fact is reliable, and you can be smarter on, on that way, because you are not giving false information or a fake news. So you can be smarter on that particular side. So because you already digested, those informations and put it on your brain or on your mind. So you can be smarter, because if you read, of course, you can be smarter in many ways, because if you adopt those informations that you have learned through reading. I hope that is very clear. Next one. According also to the video, he emphasized, yes, Maurice Tahimik, you want to say something?
Wala po.
Okay. Are you sure? Di ka naman galit?
Hindi po.
All right. Okay. So, so, nasaan na ba ako? I'm here at home. Well, anyway, so according, of course, to the vlogger or to the author or to the one who published that video, reading is like a sword. It is a very figurative term or a figurative statement. Malalim when you say figurative. How we can say that reading is like a sword? Spada, parang spada daw. How? What what do you think the reason why he said that? That reading is like a sword. Bakit nang espada ba siya? Oh, yes, Janice.
Because if you know more things, there's a chance that you can protect yourself.
In what way? I wanted to give an instance or example, a situation. That's correct. What you have said. What based on your, on the words that you gave, that
Arguments and debates.
exactly. If we are not that really clear on the interpretation of others or the belief of others, let's say for example, sinabi ni ganito, ganyan, ganyan, ganito, ganito, pero mali naman because you read it already from the book, and you are alienated actually because of that piece of information. And I think inano mo siya, di ba? Nabalos mo siya doon. So pwede ka magka-points. plus factor ang ibig sabihin doon. So pwede mo, hindi ko naman sinabi sa inyo mamahiya kayo ng tao ha, na ganon. May sinabi yung mali. Ay, mali ka. Nabasa ko yan. Hindi pwede ganyan. Of course, in a polite way. Yes, Sunshine, you want to add something? Sunshine,
If you
hello.
know how to use your sword correctly, you can make it as a weapon against people. Just like
Okay.
reading, if you know how to read well, you can have more knowledge and be wise.
Okay. That's a good actually. That's a good advice, no, according to Sunshine. So it can be of course a sword. Hindi naman kailangan naman kasi sugod ng sugod ka kasi may ano ka, may sword ka or may knowledge ka sa isang bagay. 'Di ba? Maraming tao, a lot of people who become philosopher actually. Philosopher in not when you say philosophy, this negative connotation. So, sugod ang sugod para lang may masabi, para lang maging bida, para maging main character on that cast or for on that story. But according of course to, according of course to Sunshine, we can be of course you have to use that sword in a nice way, in a good way, in order for you to, to influence those people who are listening to you in a good way, not in a bad way. When you say in a bad way, marami nakikinig na tao, 'di ba? Kung iimpluwensyahan mo ng masama, nasaan ang education doon? Naging masama lang din ang tao dahil sa sinasabi mo. So you have to use that sword. It's just like a torch that na lumalagabablab, no? In Tagalog is a flammable, something like that, a burning torch that, that just like, that is symbolizes, as an education or educating and influencing other people in a polite or in a nice way. Okay, what about, yes, reading helps. Dapat yan, ha? Reading helps. What is your idea here? Reading helps you to open your mind. Are you questioning here? Reading helps you in opening our minds or your mind. Tama naman, you have an idea. Yes, it gives you actually a brighter, a brighter future if you are reading. Why there's a lot of Stan GA today? What do you think? You know what is Stan GA? Ha? Hello? This is salitang kanto, just like that.
No.
No po.
No po.
Stan. Tan and then GA. Janice, you know that? You know why there are tan GA? You know why? Because they are not familiar with those words or with those, with those pieces of information. That's why there's a lot of tanga. Diba? That is tan GA. O, pumunta ka doon sa palengke, hindi niya, actually, they are not exploring. Through reading, you can eliminate ignorance. You can avoid ignorance. Hindi tayo nagiging syunga-syunga. Sorry for my word. It lessens pagiging tangi and syunga-syunga, as they said with those words. I'm sorry for my word, but we have to be practical and we should not be plastic on the words that we have to say. Diba? Let's say for example, inutusan ka, pumunta ka nga dun sa Manila, sir, I said, as in juice. No, it's not. Hindi what I mean is, let's say pumunta ka sa palengke, sumakay ka sa ganito, through reading you become, yes, it actually reflects. Marami akong nakakasalamuhang ganyan. Hindi ko alam pumunta doon, hello, magbasa ka ng signboard ng jeep, nandun lang yon. Kung marunong ka magbasa at marunong ka magtanong, hindi ka maliligaw. That's it. Diskarte. You cannot be shunga and done GA on that way. If you know how to read and you know how to ask to people. O natawa si Janice. Am I correct, Janice?
Yes po.
Okay, anyway, okay, so those are actually the good things that we can, that we can get from that vlogs. That's why I shared it to you or on my class so that you can be also, you have to digest what he wants to imply, that we have to persuade ourselves in reading. Not in reading using gadgets. Why? What do you think the difference between reading in a social media and reading a book? Because according to the vlogger, it improves our memory, and also it can help you to sleep better. Yes, Sunshine, you want to add something?
Sometimes reading paragraphs or things on social media makes your eyes blurry.
Exactly. You can have the CVC. You know what is CVC? C and V and C. That is computer vision, CVS, I mean, computer vision syndrome. Ako, hindi ako nakasalamin dahil just because sa pagbababad ko sa computer, ha? Talagang lahi namin to. Anyway, and also of course, if you are fond in reading, you can have a sleeping time, and also because the signal light, which means it's time to wake up. So hindi naman tayo, kaya pangit din tayo before we have to, it is not a good habit before we have to sleep. You know, we are pressing our phone. It is not really good habit. But I'm trying anyway. So let us proceed to the lessons. I want you to listen critically all about. So we know actually reading, but do you know the technique in reading? Let's say, for example, have you noticed that I posted or that I shared, you know, the e-module on RGC and Camia English? Who downloaded it? Have you
Di po.
downloaded it?
Dinownload ko po, sir.
Or what about the others?
Dinownload din po.
Okay,
Download.
Sunshine, would you mind to ask, what is the reason why you downloaded it? What is the reason?
Po,
What is the reason why you downloaded it?
yung sa module po,
Exactly.
I thought sir, kailangan ko i-download yun.
Okay, for you to be able to update yourself, where and what is our lessons? What page is it already? What about the others? What is the reason why you downloaded it? Would you mind?
Sir, dinownload ko po yun para po makapag-review.
Emerald, I'm sorry, I don't know how to speak Tagalog.
Sir, I downloaded it because, so I can review and I can review the next lesson.
Okay, very good. 31 po ba? Page 31 po ba, sir? What is page 31? What do you mean? The using appropriate reading style is on page 31, correct? Okay, where am I? Okay, so and then when you downloaded it, you downloaded it already, and then what is the first thing that you did? What is the first thing that you did? Adrian Abutin. I read some pages po. Okay, thank you. What about the others? Reggie, what about you? When you downloaded already, if you, Reggie, read the topic, sir. Okay, you read the topic. What is, of course, the topic and the subtopics, correct? Okay, what about the others? Uy, ano ba to? Buhay pa ba to si ano? Every lessons na lang ganyan. What about, sir, I read the questions po. Okay. What about you, Janice?
Sir, I downloaded it so I can be able to read our lessons and our activities.
Okay, to read, of course, the lessons, future lessons and activities in the quarter one. Okay, very good. Okay, once you know, my question is, you downloaded it already, and what is the first step that you did from that specific e-module? Okay, here are the techniques. You know, I already, you see, you read the topics and the subtopics according to your classmates' answer earlier, and that is, of course, a good thing. And that is considered as a style or reading style. We have different style in reading. So, what are those styles in reading? So, let me discuss one by one. So the different styles in reading actually is not that complicated. As what I've said, once you downloaded it, and then what is the first thing that you did? So let's say, for example, I downloaded it, and then I have to see, of course, those. What are the topics? You are very curious. You're not curious on the topics of the first quarter in English 7. So you just scan it. That is what you call scanning here. Let's say, for example, I downloaded it, and then, oh, this is the quarter one. Then what are the topics? Okay. The topic in the week one, completing an analogy, week two until the week eight, 7 and 8. Okay. And then you already scan. That is what's called scanning. So here, in this lesson, focus on the various reading styles that you have to use in different reading text. Sometimes in reading, you don't have to read the whole text. Clear? Why? If it is only important, what is the important? What is my question, for example, who are the main characters? Do you have to locate only who is the main character? That's it. Diba? If you know the paragraph, the format of the paragraph in the contents of each paragraph, you can easily point out who are the characters. Syempre sa first paragraph, lagi naman nakalagay ang ano, 'di ba? Ang characters. Once upon a time, the setting nandun lagi. Once upon a time, there is, of course, a maiden named blah 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 blah. Ganun lang. Ititingnan mo agad sa first paragraph. So which means that is your style in reading. Okay, so I want you to focus your eyes on the weeks 7 and 8. So here, for example, here, it is an infographic. Nakikita po ba yung cursor ko?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, this is an infographic. Infographic, which means it is a combination of information plus the graphic design, which means a picture. Parang picture, info picture, something like that. But we call it as infograph. Okay. For example, here, I need to locate COVID-19 or about the COVID-19 symptoms, transmission. If you are only using this COVID-19 or reading this COVID-19 novel coronavirus symptoms, transmission, prevention. So what kind of reading style is that? So that is what's called, we're going to discuss on it. So if you are looking for these questions, so yun lang, questions muna, and then after that, we're going to locate what is the answer. Okay, may ano yon. That is another style in reading. So you can easily answer and question or an information. You can easily unlock an information if you know these reading styles, including skimming, scanning, intensive, and extensive. Okay, so what are those? Okay, here are the reading styles and the definitions. Okay, number one, who wants to read, please? Number one, Rochelle, please. Number one.
Skimming is used to quickly gather the most in, important information or gist. It is done by
Gist.
run- gist. It is done by running your eyes over the text, noting the most important information. Understanding that each word is not really important in this technique. Example, reading a journal to identify which detail would you like to read, getting main idea of a text, reading a text to get the general information.
Okay, that is what you call skimming. You know, my technique in skimming is you are reading a text to get the general information. That's why the teacher always asking at the end of at the end of the of the reading selection. So what is the selection all about? For example, what is this infographic all about? You know, of course, the answer is all about the COVID-19. That's it. That is what you call skimming. What is the general? Pag sinabing general, kabuuan. So if you are only looking for the symptoms, transmission, prevention, that is another thing. So, but if you are only looking or seeking for the general idea or the general information of this example or of this infographic. So of course, the answer will be COVID or Corona, the COVID-19. So that is what you call skimming. Only getting the main idea of the text. What is your purpose while you are reading? If your purpose in reading is only to get the main idea, that is your reading style is what you call skimming. Clear?
Clear po.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's say, are you familiar with the necklace? For example, the necklace, yung yung ano na yon sa reading selection. Or if you're not familiar, okay, never mind. Number two, please, the number two. Maglayoan, please, Mary.
Scanning is used to find a particular details of information. It is done by running your eyes over the text while looking for specific information. It is okay not to understand some phrases or words encountered in the text. Examples: looking for specific details in your contact list, internet search, checking your daily schedule.
Okay, that is what's called scanning. There is unprovided information, for example, na all about the COVID-19. Now you are looking for the specific. This is the general one, general subject, right? The COVID-19. So let's say, for example, okay, I really wanted, of course, to know what is the prevention of the COVID-19 just because I am not really familiar with the prevention. Now you have to locate it here on this specific information or on this particular area of the infograph. So what are the preventions? Okay, avoid contact with sick people, wash your hands with soap and water. If you develop cough, use a medical face mask. So those are the preventions. Okay. So and then you neglect, you ignore those the other informations here, transmissions, the symptoms, those are actually how it looks like the coronavirus. If we're going to use a telescope or whatsoever, you are only reading this infograph because of that specific information, which is all about prevention. For example, that is what you call the what? Scanning. Clear?
Clear po.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
say, for example, you have to research on the internet. For example, I want you to research all about the life of Jose Rizal during this specific era or during his life in Madrid, for example. Kailangan mo ba bang puntahan yung kung saan-saan siya nagpunta? Kailangan mo ba ba i-research yun? Siyempre hindi. Maraming information about Jose Rizal, and if you are only looking for that specific one or information about Rizal, so yun lang dapat ang puntahan mo. And that is what's called the scanning. Yes, do you have any additional information? Sunshine, you are raising your hand. Am I right? Do you want to add something? Hello, Sunshine. Sir, okay. You just pressed it. Okay. Next one. Am I? Now let us proceed to the number three. That is yes, yes, Janice.
Number 3, intensive reading, is used in shorter text to get important details. It involves close reading for specific information. Understanding each word is necessary. Example: reading an article, book, critic, research work.
Research work. Ah, okay, iba ang research, iba ang research, ha? Okay, intensive reading is used in shorter text. That thank you anyway, Janice. Text to get in important details. Here is the important details, and it involves close reading for a specific information. So when you say close reading, you are understanding each word. You are understanding. Let's say, for example, here in the infographs, the symptoms. Okay, fever. And you don't know what this fever is. Siyempre, magre-research ka na ngayon all about fever. What is that term all about? Cough, difficulty breathing, muscle pain, tiredness. That is what you call, if you truly understand those or each words presented under symptoms, that is what you call your reading style is what you call intensive. Is it clear? Let's say you are critiquing a
Clear po.
book critic, for example. The Diary ng Pangit, are you familiar with that? Have you read
Yes po.
it? Diary ng Pangit. Sino nakaano doon? Nabasa ko kasi yon. Okay, Sunshine. Medyo marami-rami. Makaka-relate tayo. Kung hindi niyo nabasa yon, hindi kayo makaka-relate. Anyway, it is actually a good book, no? That gives, of course, a piece of information. If you really wanted, of course, to criticize that book, what is your idea? What is your criticism on that specific, or what can you say about that book? And if you are giving that criticism, your reading style is what you call intensive reading, because you understand each word, or you understand each scenario on that specific book. So that's why that is what you call intensive reading. Clear?
Clear po.
Okay, what about extensive reading? What is extensive reading? Please read. Yes, Elijah?
Extensive reading is used to gather general knowledge. It generally uses reading longer texts for entertainment purposes. This helps a reader in enhancing fluency and speed in reading.
Okay.
Examples: reading a short story, reading an online series.
Okay, that is what you call extensive reading. It's used to gather general knowledge. Actually, na mabilisan to. It generally uses reading longer text for entertainment purposes. This help, you know what is the difference intensive and extensive? Ang intensive is shorter text. Here in the extensive reading, for example, you are reading a novel. Novel composed of how many chapters? Chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatsoever, so on and so forth. So, in the example here presented is reading a short story. You know, reading a short story, took only it will take only a short span, a short time. You know, and you can easily understand. But you are here. This helps a reader in enhancing fluency and speed in reading. So we are going, of course, to to have a faster time reading. So in order for you to get or to gather, to gather the reading, to gather actually an information, a piece of information. So that style is what you call an extensive reading. So here in the intensive, close reading siya for specific information. So here in the extensive, you are only getting what is the purpose? What is your purpose why you are reading that kind of text or that kind of book, or your purpose is only for entertainment purpose. And also, of course, it involves, you really wanted to enhance your fluency in reading. That is what you call the extensive reading. So for example, another example is reading an online series. You know what are those online series? Sa mga what kind of what I forgot the the website. Do you have any online reading, websites? Yes. What is that? Sunshine.
Wattpad rin po.
What
Like
ayun, what
reading.
parent, sorry. Before, when I was in college, I am actually I focused actually in Wattpad because I have my Apple notepad. But I stopped it already reading in Wattpad because I have no I lost my pad and my iPhone. So that is the reason why. So but if you are reading a series of materials on that specific website, or an example is a Wattpad. So that is what you call extensive reading. Clear? Any question here on the reading styles?
None.
None po, sir.
Okay, thank you. And if you have no questions, let us have, of course, this activity. I want you to familiarize with this infograph. I want you to read it first. Kasi gitiring, ngayon pa lang papasok. Okay, done analyzing the infograph. Okay, so let us proceed, of course, to the questions or the guided questions on your e-module. If you have it, kung wala, please focus on the monitor. Okay, the learning task 6, it talks about or focuses on the so-called, it is an example of the advertisement, job, specifically job in advertisement. You know, just like a brochure or whatsoever, or in the classified ads, you know, posted in the classified ads in a magazine or in a newspaper. So now, by analyzing using, of course, the the styles, skimming, scanning, intensive, and extensive. So let us proceed to the questions. The question, the first question is, which company offers job opportunities? Which company? Which company who offers? Yes. Any other hand, please? Maybe I'm going to call. Sai Martupaz. Which company posted that advertisement? Hello, Sai. Are you there? Sai Martupaz. Babae ba to lalaki? Oh my goodness. Miguel Paredes.
When gauge.
Okay, that's correct. That is the please, I want you to, you know, if you are answering, I want you to use a complete sentence. The company offers job opportunities
The
is
company the company offers job opportunity is when gauge.
okay. Van Gage. That is, of course, the company. Correct. What about the second one? The question is, yes. Any other hand? Okay, no more. Number two, what possessions are they looking for? What possessions according to the job descriptions there? What possessions? Um, hold on. Any other hand, please? Justine Grace Di Maano. Justine, are you there or still sleeping? Yes, Irish, Nicole.
Sir, they are looking for a developer and a program assistant.
Ang bilis naman masyado. Tandaan lang, Neng. What?
Sir. They are looking for a developer and a program assistant.
Okay, they are looking for a developer. Pwede ba kapag nagpo-pronounce tayo, and the v, and the r, yan ang mga sounds na yan sa English. Developer and a program assistant. Mga ganon. Dapat pa i-emphasize natin yan. Okay, thank you. That is a correct answer. Developer and program assistant. I want you to be eloquent in speaking. Okay, number 3. Yes, any other hand? Do you want to say something, Sunshine? Wala naman. Okay, number
Number
three.
3 po,
Oh yeah, Sunshine. Sige, number three.
the skills needed in each position is one,
Okay.
a developer, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, and program assistant, organized, meets deadlines, and multitasking.
Okay. Those are actually the required skills needed as a developer. Those are. Thank you, Sunshine, and you got the correct answers, no? Required skills nandito sa part na yon. So you should have the knowledge in JavaScript, CSS, HTML, and for program assistant or for as program assistant, you should have the skills of or organized, meets deadlines, and multitasking. Okay, what about with the number four? What will be the applicants do in the company in case they would be hired? So, what do you think? Anyone? Hello? What the question is, what will be the applicants do in the company in case they would be hired? Anong gagawin daw? Yes. Escobedo.
Organize, meets deadlines, multitasking.
Okay, that's correct. And also what? Any other hand? Who raised hand? Oh yeah, Sunshine.
If they got hired in that company, they will be a developer and a program assistant who do a front-end developer specializes in building the front end for client side or a web application. And for the program assistant, you provides operational and administrative assistance to the program leader and program staff, performs a variety of administrative, coordination, and logistical services in support of the operations of the program.
Okay, that's correct. It's variety. Variety means many or maraming options, ha? Iba-iba. That is variety. So if you are going to, to analyze the number four, what will be the applicants do? That's correct. That is their job descriptions. This one. Also, dito kasi, na required skills, you can be organized. Yes, okay lang din naman yon. But the correct answers, of course, are on the side of job descriptions or below job descriptions. That their task or after they should know if they would be hired in the company when gauge they have to their job description is or their responsibility, that they have to as a developer specializes in a building and front end the client side of web application which encompasses everything blah 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 blah, and also here on the job description of as a program assistant. Okay, the last one. How can interested applicants contact the company? Yes. Any other? John Gallianoza. John. John Gallianoza. Uy, magsalita naman kayo. John Gallianoza. Mga buhay pa ba to? O nagano lang? Yes, Elijah. Ikaw na, go.
They can contact the company by www.vengage.com.
Okay. That's correct. This is just, of course, a template. No, here they have to contact, of course, the company's website by searching, of course, it and www.vengage.com. So that's it. Those are the informations from or provided from the job openings or an advertisement posted by Vengage. So by using the styles in reading, we can easily get informations by scanning, skimming, intensive, and extensive reading. So do you have any questions?
None, sir.
None. Are you sure?
None po,
None
sir.
po.
Sir,
Okay, so I'll be giving you, of course, a bonus activity. So I will not be giving, of course, an activity on this specific week, 7 and 8. So just because, it's very easy actually, the task given on the e-module. I just want you to enjoy, of course, the rest of your day or during, of course, our asynchronous time. So I want you, please, just bear in your mind that you have to accomplish all the tasks given on the Google Classroom. So kung tapos na, better mag-rest na kayo, or you have to attend others activities on your other subject. But here on the English, if you are done, rest. If it is not, please accomplish. I am not yet done actually checking the task 6. O konti pa lang na ano ko na checkan. I think it's only, I don't know, for how many students. Please, ang daming missing. Hold on, I'm going to share it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. How to share. Kung makikita mo ang record ko, nakikita po ba?
Yes,
Hmm?
sir.
Yes
Po.
po,
Yan.
sir.
Napakadaming missing, di ba? Oh, napakadaming missing. Anong balak nyo dyan? Meron pala ako ditong mga piniem ha, na walang attachment. Nagpasa lang, pero wala namang laman. O anong gagawin ko dun? Ha? Pwede ba magpasa na kayo? Hanggang Wednesday. Kapag sa Wednesday, wala na, i-close ko na yung classroom. Wala na makakapasok, wala na makakita kung ano yung ginawa nyo. Naintindihan po ba? So you still have time until Wednesday next week. Oh, yan pa lang oh. Hindi ko na nga, actually hindi na ako masyado nagbigay ng mga activities na pagkadami-dami. Kasi alam ko naman bata kayo, kailangan nyo rin maglaro. Dahil naranasan ko rin naman maging bata. Gusto ko maglaro lang when I was a child. So, may mga tanong pa po ba?
None po.
None po.
Sure?
None
none
po,
po.
sir.
Okay, so let us take a picture. Kasi lagi may mag-picture na tayo. Ay, hindi ako para picture. Wait lang. I'm going to stop recording.